Hello everyone, Little Smith here. It is Tuesday, the 23rd of April 2024, almost 10 to 11 in the PM. I want to talk about Eurostar. How I'm going to do this, I'm basically going to talk about Eurostar Hub in St Pancras, and the train itself, and Eurostar in Lille, Europe, as like a from A to B sort of thing. So I use Eurostar to get to Paris, to get to Lille. I think it is Lille in Brussels. I don't know. Like when I went now, I'm like, this is Paris, in it. I don't know. So because we ended up getting the train at Lille to Disneyland Paris anyway. There's a moth in here. Go away, moth. So obviously you need to book online. For most things, you can't just turn up at the door and buy them. You possibly can, because I've seen like ticket offices for it, but the way I did it was I booked through the Walt Disney Travel Company, so I can get tickets, travel and accommodation all in one go. So it's basically on the app. When you link your booking, you'll get the you'll get it on the app, so you can basically scan your phone on the thing and it will let you through the gate. So that's basically what you first do when you get to St Pancras, depending on like what area you enter it in. Just follow the signs to Eurostar and you'll eventually get there. With me, it was basically straight up the stairs, up the escalator, and around the corner, more or less. There was a bit of a queue, but it was a mostly free-flowing queue, because the reason why there was a queue is because people were going through the going through the gate scanning their tickets, so that's why there's a bit of a backlog there. But when we got through, it did go down a few times because some tickets didn't work, so I had to like push them through. But with mine, it's like dink straight through. The glass gates open up, you can go straight through. It will lead you through to the to the security, which is a lot easier than airport security. With Eurostar, they don't have any limits on most things, like apart from like dangerous weapons, obviously. But you can take a bottle of water through with you. You can take like sweets in with you, like chocolate, like dairy stuff. There's no limits on that. Like you can even take a whole bottle of body wash in with you, and they won't bother, because all you need to do is take your coat off if you have one, take your bag off, pump them in the tray, and that's basically it. Belts, possibly, yeah, they might ask to take your belt off. Phones, maybe, but to be fair, it's pretty simple, because stick it in the tray and it will get pushed through the conveyor belt. You walk through the security gate thing, electric metal detector thing. If it goes off, they'll scan you, but if it don't on the other side, just pick up your bag and that, and then you need to go around the corner to 2 passport checks. The first one is the English one, English passport check, and then after that one you go through the French one. They'll same thing, give me your passport, they'll check it. The reason for that is because you're going into another country, you're going into Europe, so that's why they have like 2 separate passport checks. Once you do that, you basically in the waiting lounge, which has 2 places you can buy sandwiches, like hot and cold snacks, that sort of thing. Bit on the prices side, but to be fair, it's more or less airport prices. There is screens dotted around, so you can see the actual gate number, and there's like certain gates for like obviously the different trains, because there's like different trains going in like different directions, to like Brussels, Paris, Amsterdam. I think there's one that goes into another part of France. I can't really remember. But we had the Little Europe one which I think goes into Brussels. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I didn't really pay attention to that. I just looked for like Little Europe. But it did say Brussels on it, or Brussels, whatever it said. It had an X after it. I don't know why. It's probably how they say it. But once it's closer to the time, your departure time, the number would come up on the board, just like an airport. You'll get a gate number closer to the time, and when it does, you can basically go to that gate. You go up the escalator, and there's your train. So getting on it, we had standard seats. Obviously you can book the seats online. Okay, I will say this, I forgot to put it in the actual video, so I'll edit it in somewhere. Eurostar Trains has a cafe cart, yeah, you can go there to buy like sandwiches or like hot and cold drinks, that sort of thing. Sometimes you may like need to book a meal plan. We didn't, because to be fair, we was only on the train for like an hour or so. So yeah, we didn't bother with that. But good to know it has got food options on the train. And you can book them on the app, on the Eurostar app. It took us about 45 minutes just to get to the Euro tunnel itself. Another 15-20 minutes to go through it, and it's about 20 minutes to get to Little Europe. It's pretty good. It's pretty fast and efficient. I think it's faster than the other trains that we had, because obviously it needs to get to A to B. Now unfortunately, yes, there was because the Eurostar does not go to Disneyland Paris direct anymore. You have to change at Little Europe or another station. I can't remember the other station's name, but you do have to change. Once you get to Little Europe, it was pretty straightforward. We didn't have to go through like customs or anything. It's basically come out of the train, go down the platform, up the escalator, and then you're in the main foyer. You basically got to see when the next train is coming, or whatever you want to do next. Coming back though, obviously coming back is basically the same thing, except you're going through French customs first, and then English customs, or passport control, and then obviously security there. It's basically like boom boom boom. Security at Lille was like, it was quiet, to be fair. There's hardly anyone there. It's probably the time of day there, but it's dead quiet. We got food like very easily, and yes, you still have to scan your ticket at the post and go through, and it's basically the same thing. You wait for the train to arrive. You just follow the way through. With this one, it was only one way to go. There wasn't multiple ways, and it's basically find your seat on the Eurostar train, and you get back to your destination. Which it was quicker coming back to England than it was going to France. So like, did they like put it in hyperdrive or something? It was really good. It actually was really good, and I will be using Eurostar again for other trips. Possibly use it for Amsterdam. I haven't really decided yet. I might go to Amsterdam for like a weekend to see how I go. And once you get back to St Pancras, it's basically, to be fair, there wasn't any customs there again, so it's basically just follow everyone else into the main St Pancras station, and that was essentially it. So that was like from A to B and A to B again. But yeah, I can't remember how much I paid. To be fair, right, it was all a package deal. So I'm not quite sure how much it would have been for just the train alone. But I will say this: it's a little bit cheaper to go to fly there, because I have heard that Eurostar can get expensive, because it's Eurostar. It goes into Europe, of course it's going to be expensive. However, it's faster than a plane, and it's more efficient to like get through customs and that. So yeah, it's good, but it is limited. Obviously, you can't go around the world in Eurostar. You can only go to certain destinations in in Europe, like France, Netherlands, and I have forgot what the other thing is. I think, is it Spain or something, or like Calais? I'm really not quite sure. But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I'm not quite sure when I'll be using it next. I'm not quite sure what the plan is next, to be fair, because I was going to go to Europa Park in March, but it didn't open until the end of March, and I wanted to go at the beginning of March because that was my week off. So yeah, I do plan to go to Europa Park sometime, possibly like next year, but obviously I'm gonna check when it's open next time, so don't like panic and think of another option because Disneyland Paris was option 2. but yeah, it was good. Now this will not to go in the Disneyland Paris playlist because it's got nothing to do with Disneyland Paris. I have got another Disneyland Paris video, another on-ride video that is going to go out on Friday, and throughout May I will be dotting out like on-ride POVs throughout May, because there are other ones that I do want to upload in their own separate video. Tomorrow I'll be having a Encyclopedia Dramatica reading. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.